Hello, everybody. My name is David Chavez. I will be going over the question describe something that you have implemented at work. What were the steps used to implement this? So, at work, my previous employer, as an account manager who specialized in the infrastructure of our Bitcoin mining sites, we had three locations that needed, your basic mechanical experience with plumbing, mechanical, and electrical. So we did not have a maintenance SOP. So we were tasked, well, I was tasked with creating a maintenance SOP. With the maintenance SOP, I broke it down into several steps, being the first step to essentially evaluate the sites, look into the process it would take to do basic daily tasks, quarterly checks, yearly repairs and maintenance. Then I would also keep everything on a tracker to know exactly when things were due. With that being said, we had to create the actual entire maintenance documentation, which went into the second step, which was documentation and recordings, standardization, creating the actual outlines for each form, how they would look. So we had to create every document from scratch, submit them to our compliance director to see if they fit the parameters we needed for each step. Once they were blessed off on, we went to the third step, which was training and implementation of the SOPs to the site employees, which at the time, we overly complicated things for a reason. We wanted to see exactly what would work and what didn't work. As time went on, we did reevaluations, revisions of our SOPs. We would change the details in certain areas, as in removing some steps and adding different steps, or removing complicated two-part steps when it just could be consolidated into one part. Then finally went into the implementation of the entire process of the SOP. We would go through, you know, site walks, watching them do it, how they would implement it, how they did their safety checks, how they ensured that everything was being done, their daily, what is to track the maintenance, wanted to see their forms, how everything was filed, because everything was written how to do it completely and efficiently, with the site managers and the site employees being that there was always constant overlap of checks from the morning shift to the day shift, or sorry, the day shift to the evening shift to the night shift. And overall, it seemed to work very well. Nothing's ever perfect initially, but basically the method we went was trial and error. We kept the things that worked, we changed the things that didn't, as you do for many things. But overall, that is the way we like to implement things, or I like to implement things, with a step by step basis and trial and error.